Hey guys, so it's me, Nicolette Mashile, and today I want to ask you guys a question, right? Remember that none of my videos constitute as financial advice. If you are looking for financial advice, please speak to somebody who's certified and registered with the FSCA. So let's jump straight into it. I'm currently doing my MBA. I'm sure I've said this so many times and you guys are so tired of it, but really it's great, right? So I'm doing my MBA and one of my subjects is, value-based something, right? Whatever, I can't really remember what it is. It's actually corporate governance and ethics. Corporate governance and ethics. And my first assignment, I had to speak a little bit about what is ethical and what is not ethical in my current business. And I was just sitting and thinking about it, and I wanted to ask this question. Do you guys think it's ethical to sell financial products to somebody who is financially illiterate? I'll ask that question again. Do you think it is ethical to sell financial products to somebody who is financially illiterate? And the reason why I ask this question is if you are going to be meeting up with your financial advisor, what the law says or what the FASE Act requires, and the FASE Act is the Financial Advisory and Intermediary Services Act, is the one that governs people that sell financial products in South Africa and give financial advice. And basically what it says is that if you are going to be giving any financial advice, you need to be registered and belong to a licensed FSP. And FSP is a financial services provider, right? And basically the way they explain financial advice is if you are making any recommendation of products or you are actually selling a product to somebody. So that's the intermediary services. The advisory will be if you are so you're telling somebody what a financial product is, and then you are giving them recommendations of which. So for instance, if we're talking about a tax-free account, and then I say to you, yeah, this one at Stanlib does 1, 2, 3, 4, or the one at Ellen Gray does 1, 2, 3, 4, or the one at this and this and this does 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically what I'm doing is I'm recommending certain tax-free accounts in the tax-free world to you, right? And then I also sell you the financial product. Although they do say that even if the selling is not there, if you are making recommendations and then you're also giving opinions about those products, it means that you are actually giving financial advice. Now the question is, if I'm sitting with my financial advisor and they're explaining a retirement annuity to me, and they go on and on about what a retirement annuity is to me, and then they start giving me certain names of retirement annuities, and I say to the financial advisor, I don't understand what you are saying. I actually am not understanding what you're saying. Should the financial advisor then walk away from that sale and say, I can't sell this thing to this person because they actually do not understand how it works? And maybe this is a stretch of an example. And again, going back to what the FASE Act says. The FASE Act says if a financial advisor is going to be giving you financial advice, there needs to be a record of advice. So there needs to be some sort of evidence that they actually were giving you advice. And they also need to do what is called a needs analysis, right? So they sit down with you and they do what is called a needs analysis. But obviously, I'm just sitting there thinking those questions are probably scripted in such a way that you will end up needing one of the financial products because that's what they're doing. They're selling. At the end of the day, that's how they get paid, right? They get paid if they sell on commission. Yes, obviously, in a couple of months from now, the commission structure will be taken away. But at this point in time, they are doing that. And I'm just thinking about our parents who've been sold so many financial products that actually don't even make sense. I mean, please explain this to me and tell me how this works. My mother has got 7 funeral policies. How did my mother get to 7 funeral policies? It means that somebody who was supposed to have done a needs analysis and should have spotted that she already has enough funeral policies shouldn't have sold her a new funeral policy. I mean, how does she get to have 7 funeral policies, guys? I don't understand it. And if you are a financial advisor and you've done your job, you should have realized and picked up that this person has got too many funeral policies and not enough investment products. So sell them investment products, right? That's when it starts to make sense. But I then realized something that some companies in this country do. And I was just sitting here thinking about it. You know, when I started working and I think I went into a bank, and I signed some sort of marketing consent. And I didn't actually read what the marketing consent says, but what the marketing consent basically says is that you are giving that specific brand the marketing consent to send you marketing products from their brand, but also their partners. And generally, their partners are in the retail space. So one day, you are sitting at home, here comes a mail with a clothing account card. And all it says is to activate this card, go into the go into the shop and use it. Now, what needs analysis have been done there when I'm just being sent unsolicited cards to spend? So you're basically tempting me into spending without doing a needs analysis, no record of advice. You're selling me a clothing account. And a clothing account is a financial product because I'm basically getting credit. So that means that it actually is a financial product. Now that for me does not make sense. Again, another example is when you are, for instance, again, the clothing retail side, you get a card, a clothing card, and all of a sudden your account is now linked to some sort of funeral cover. Like, excuse me, I did not sign up for that funeral cover. In as little as it is, they'll tell you, oh no, but it's just 28 Rand. Yeah, but I didn't sign up for a funeral cover. Don't sell me a funeral cover because you have not done a needs analysis on me. So why are you selling me a funeral cover? So I really want to understand whether it's ethical. I know that it's legal because the law has made it possible for people or financial institutions to sell us products without our knowledge, number one, or without the knowledge that we need. And let's be honest, I posted the question on Twitter, and people were saying, yeah, but if you need it, then you should get the product. But need based on who? Who is the need based on? Is it a need for me as the consumer, or is it a need for my financial advisor to put through a sale and make sure the sale goes through and retains me as their client? Would it not make more sense for financial advisors or financial planners or FSPs to spend more money on educating us so that we come to them and say, I need a credit card, I need a funeral cover, I need an endowment, I need a tax-free account, I need a shares portfolio? Would it not make more sense for them to do it like that? Because then you wouldn't get what we call clawbacks. I used to work a couple of years ago in a company that we sold legal cover. So we used to stand literally in the middle of the mall, guys. And we used to tell people, oh, your shoes are on fire. So they could stop so we can speak to them, right? Yeah, no, those are dark days in my life. And we used to then sell this legal cover to them. But within 3 months, people would default on paying for this legal cover because people basically feel sorry for you in the mall. So they'll give you their details, they'll sign up for this thing, and then within like literally 3 months, they've already called to say, I don't want this thing anymore, I'll cancel it. And I'm assuming that this also probably happens in the financial space where you literally coerce somebody into signing for a product, financial product, or you make it sound like they need it, and then when they realize that, you know what, they're actually struggling financially, what is the first thing that they cut? Financial products. So for me, it makes absolutely no sense that financial institutions or financial planners and financial advisors are not spending more time trying to educate people financially so that those same people are the ones that then come back and say, hey there, Nicolette, I actually think I'm ready now for a life insurance because I understand what a life insurance is and I understand how it's going to help me when I need it. I don't know. I'm going to ask you the question again, and please leave your comments in the comment section. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. And the question is it ethical to sell financial products to people who are financially illiterate? I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Mwah.